read a book. When a self-realized person or mystic speaks, we feel the love, exuberance, compassion, and charity of the omnipresent God who abides in him.
Uh-huh.
When you look into a mystic's eyes, it reveals his or her soul.
Yeah. What you want me to explain? I'll tell you a story. Okay? And here I was going to meet Father Kieren, for the first time. Not for the first time, I met him before. But this time I had a very personal meeting with him, because I was very interested in his guidance, towards my own spirituality. And so I went to Father Kieren. Father Kieren Kavanaugh is not only a mystic, but he is an incredible genius, linguistic. And he is the person who translated the works of St. Teresa of Avila and the works of St. John of the Cross into English.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, St. Teresa of Avila may be straightforward. Okay. But John of the Cross is not. Because John of the Cross, he does not write anything in a chronological order. Everything for him is abstract. Everything for him is a poetry. Everything he writes is a poetry. Even when he's just talking about a historical event or something, that comes out in the way of a poetry. So translating poetries from Spanish language into English language and still able to make sense out of it, abstract sense out of it, it's not an easy thing to do. But Father Kieren Kavanaugh did that. So after reading all of that, I wanted to go see him.
Yeah.
So he was in this assisted living facility, and when I went to see him, he was in his late 80s, and in all kinds of support systems. But you should see his eyes. It's so joyous. It is like looking into my son's eyes after he was just born. It was that deep, that transparent, that lucid. It's incredible. I could just see right into his soul through his eyes. And all he did was just kept on smiling and smiling and smiling. Even if I'm talking to him, there is no reaction coming out of him. It's just smiling and giggling and smiling and giggling. It's just like looking into my son's eyes for the first time. He doesn't have anything to tell me. Even if I tell him something, he doesn't have anything to say. And that's the way Father Kieren was even at his late 80s. You see, that's how transparent they were.
Sounds to me like what you were saying was love of life.
Yeah, that's what it is. You could see right through him. This is exactly how a mystic is like. And he's not the only person. I have met other mystics who are just like that. Different levels, but they are like that. But they have eyes, they have a face that is of a little child. And if I don't know if I have a face like that.
You smell a lot. And you laugh a lot. I think you do.
My calling is to explain. At least the Father Kieren Kavanaugh, that was not his calling. My calling is to explain. So I have to explain everything. You know what I mean? So I just cannot, I don't know whether I can or cannot. But, whether I have the face of a mystic,
You have the face of someone who loves people.
Oh, thank you. But whether it is a face of a mystic, I don't know. But I tell you exactly what a face of a mystic is like. It's nothing like it. cannot come across another human being, who is as much a child as he or she is.
Who what?
Child.
As much a child as he or
Child.
she is.
Okay.
You see, you cannot come across anything like that. You can look into their eyes and say for sure, know for sure that there is God.
Mm.
You cannot look into the eyes and ask him, where is God? Who is God? Does God exist? They are so transparent. The likeness of God in them manifests in a variety of ways.